The sun warms your shoulders without a harsh sting, and a gentle lapping of water fades into the steady rhythm of booted feet marching above and to your left. As the marching recedes, a familiar voice bearing the distinct accent of the northern traders sounds close by. Welcome home to Steadfast Yor, the city of Svards. You feel the solid weathered wood of a gangplank beneath your feet as you're guided forward. The wood gives way to smooth, solid stone, and you walk onward for what feels like an eternity. Fatigue sets in. Your legs begin to tremble until finally you are seated in a thickly padded chair. Soft, cool breeze brushes your face, replacing the stale air of your journey with fresh scents of the city. You catch a whiff of yourself and realize the journey has left you smelling less than pleasant. Moments later, the enticing aroma of freshly cooked meats and vegetables fills the air, momentarily masking other scents. A familiar voice speaks again. Eat slowly. Your strength will return with time. The spoon just gently presses against your lips, offering a warm, spiced broth. Its heat trickles over your tongue and down your throat, followed by the rich flavor of spices and spiced wine. You savor each bite, the warm, juicy food, easing the ache of your hunger until you are full. And you waken suddenly, now dressed in simple, clean clothes. There is an unmistakable feeling of cleanliness and freshness, though you remain uncertain of your location. The voice startles you, and you glance up to see a figure standing in the doorway. Their hair is striking golden blonde, almost platinum, tied neatly atop their head, and piercing sky blue eyes flecked with gold, which study you intently. They turn to leave, and you return to your dreams. After years of rigorous training and a life bound by routine and discipline, you are finally free to embark on the next chapter of your journey. A month later, you find yourself arriving in New Anthas, a city once hailed as a sparkling jewel of the north, but left in ruins by a cataclysm. Years ago, Mountain Terror erupted, unleashing fire and ash upon the city, tearing it apart with a violent earthquake. Most of the city's population perished, including the ruling house of Vidar, while the survivors fled, leaving only a few desperate souls to eke out a living amongst the ruins. More recently, Lord Amunet has invested resources into restoring the city, focusing on the merchants district in the southwest border. Now installed as the city's Lord Protector, he has brought a semblance of order to the area. However, rumor persists, whispers of a true heir of Vidar who may yet live, someone with the right to reclaim the city and challenge Amunet's rule. But such a task would be anything but simple. Amidst the tension, progress, and hidden rivalries, your adventure begins. And as you step off the ship onto the dock, exhaustion and relief weigh heavily upon you. The weariness of sea travel leaves you swaying as you reacquaint yourself with solid ground. You are quickly approached by a man who introduces himself. Good day, I am Envoy Halvar, he says, his voice deep and resonating with a hint of authority. And there's something admirable in his cautious approach and attention to detail. I have been sent to ask if you would meet with Seneschal Xanthos. He has dire need for those with your particular talents. If you would follow me, I can take you to him. He turns and waits for you to fall in line, and he leads you through the winding streets of town. The scent of baked goods and spices waft from open windows and market stalls as you make your way to the wandering lamp. The flickering light of covered lanterns illuminates the outdoor patio, lending a mystical allure. Across the street, the New Anthas Council House stands, with a well-manicured gardens and a large ornate entrance. The Seneschal, Xanthos, commands the scene with a mere gesture, a heavy-set, dark-skinned man, radiating authority and an amused happiness. His silent cue, assembled merchants and council members quickly gather their plates and steins, retreating into the warmth of the wandering lamp's interior, leaving the Seneschal alone amid the flickering torchlight. Envoy Halvar lashes the gate with practiced motion, granting entry to the patio, where carvings of mythic sea creatures adorn the stone balustrades and ivy weaves through the wooden trellises. As you approach, the Seneschal rises, offering a respectful nod, and nearby, Halvar approaches a tall attendant whose fine tunic and trousers bear signs of careful mending and faded elegance. In hushed tones, Halvar requests the house's evening special and a suitable drink for you and your companions. The attendant dips his head in acknowledgement and disappears through the tavern's doorway, leaving you with the Seneschal and Halvar beneath a canopy of stars and intrigue. Xanthos turns to you and smiles and says, "Please, my friends, and let us acquaint ourselves," as he gestures to the open table before you. As you settle into the high-backed chair at the grand table, the Seneschal's presence envelops the space like a living legend come to life. His shadow seems to stretch and flicker with the torchlight, while his voice, deep and commanding, fills the patio. "Thank you for heeding my summons on such short notice," He begins, his words resonating like a low rolling drum. Rumors of your legendary prowess have reached my ears, and I'm in dire need of such skill. And as if responding to his very will, the seneschal steam fills with a luminous liquid, its surface shimmering with an ethereal glow, and he takes a deliberate sip, his eyes never leaving yours, before signaling for the feast to commence. And through the doors, a spread of rare and exotic seafood is arranged before you, the scent of the sea mingling with that of spiced meats and delicate pastries. An attendant offers you sweet tea, its herbal essence humming with enchantment, each sip a dance, flavors on your tongue. Should you partake, behold what we have accomplished, Seneschal declares, sweeping his arm towards the bustling coastal city. We labor tirelessly to restore New Anthas to its former splendor, to make it a beacon of strength and hope once more. An obvious strain upon his brow, but critical tasks remain. The tower at Intera Point, a proud bastion overlooking the city harbor, it has fallen into shadow. Lord Aminet's entrusted the young mage, Ava Agni, known far and wide as Eva the White, to revitalize its ancient signal boxes with her arcane mastery. He pauses for a moment, but something has gone terribly wrong. Eva and her companions, Irelia Summerbrook, a formidable elf ranger, and Franco Firth, a brilliant mountain dwarf engineer, have vanished. We have feared the worst when Eva's familiar, a white crow, arrived bearing a note with a frantic plea scrawled in charcoal. Undead in tower. Help. Lines of worry crease his face. The crisis threatens everything we have built. The safety of our city, our very progress. It all hangs by a thread. I'm placing my faith in you and your storied skills to turn the tide if you are up to the task. His eyes questioningly take in each one of you. The city will reward you handsomely. 2,000 gold pieces for reclaiming the tower. And should you manage to rescue any of Eva's party alive, I will personally add 100 gold pieces per survivor. Naturally, whatever treasures you find amongst the undead, save for the captives and their possessions, are yours to keep. His gaze sweeps across the room. Our clerics are stretched thin, tending to the wounded from a recent clash with undead in the graveyard. Yet they have spared 4 precious potions of healing for your use. Should you accept, they come at a steep cost, but they may be the difference between victory and death. He lowers his voice to a whisper. There is one last advantage. Thick fog has shrouded the mountains these past days. It may grant cover as you approach the tower. Settling back into his seat, fixes you with a stare of concern and hope. Will you accept this quest and become the champions the city so desperately needs? And he looks to his left where Ade sits.
It is Ade Tonkumpo, but he goes by Ade to those that have traveled with him for a long time. And you'll see a man of medium height. His long white twisted braids belay an older man, but he it's hard to place how old. He's definitely still seems fairly youthful. He walks around with a bunch of shells around his neck with jewelry, bracelets, and a quarterstaff. Just enough wrappings to stay modest, but you could tell he prefers his time on the sands and by the beach when possible. But yes, Ade.
He nods in your direction before he looks to your left where sits Eladan. Who and what do we see?
You see a satyr of sort of, probably for a satyr, a middle-aged satyr with gray hair, long gray beard. Yeah, not much to otherwise. And it is Eladan, not Aladdin, as the last group tried to call me. He looks around and dares you to call him Aladdin.
and then Xanthos laughs. Eladan it is then. Looking to Eladan's left, he looks towards Ivar. Ivar, who and what do we see?
You see a pretty massive Goliath. A big man with a bald head, grayish skin. He has a breastplate on, but furs around it. You can tell he's maybe used to warmer or colder climates, actually. And he's got a great axe strapped across his back. And basically, as soon as food showed up, he just started eating. So, like, as the camera pans to him, he is just, elbows deep into whatever's on the table, not really paying attention to what this man is saying. He's just eating. The seneschal looks in his direction. He'll just smile and nod, but he really wasn't paying attention to what was being said.
Being a relatively large man himself, Xanthos smiles warmly towards you as he too is filling his mouth as he looks from you to the left and from your eyebrows and elbows playing quickly and a massive plate of food quickly disappearing. He looks to your left and he sees Thalgar. So Thalgar, who and what do we see?
See Thalgar Stonebrook. He is also a massive Goliath. His very scarred appearance across his face. He has long white hair that is currently pulled back into a ponytail, and his beard has a ponytail at the tip of it. He kind of has a stoic appearance, but a little bit mysterious. And as he's sitting there, he looks over at Ivar, slaps him on the back, and he says, "Slow down, buddy. Save some for the rest of us."
Well, you need to eat faster if you want to have some.
He reaches over and grabs a giant leg of whatever is on the table and just starts devouring it.
And as Xanthos takes in each one of you, he says, well, what will it be? A fine reward for a heroic task? Are you up for the challenge?
We can certainly use the money to keep these two fed.
I can see that. And you? And he looks towards Aladdin, not Aladdin.
Since I'm currently poor and you are exactly what I'm looking for, I accept.
And if you can pause for a moment, Mr. Ivar, how about you?
Yes, if you have food like this and you give the amount of coin you say you will give, then I don't see no reason why I cannot split some undead in half this X.
Excellent. And certainly you can have your fill tonight and plenty of food when you return with the quest complete.
Oh yes, I will need more food after, definitely.
My other extremely large friend, and you, will you also accept this quest?
Thalgar looks over, does not stop chewing his food. He's still eating, and he says, "Why so many undead?"
It is something that has just been plaguing our town. We're not sure why. Before you arrived, we had an incident in the graveyard where some undead, or at least people's ancestors, were rising and digging out from the grave. The guard put them down, but it's been a little odd here over the last few days. We sent a search party up to the tower, and only one scout returned and said there were ghouls and skeletons and zombies. And he couldn't make his way to the tower, but he came back. We're not really sure what is to happen, but can't send our guard here. We have, the town to keep orderly and make sure that we get the merchants comfortable and safe so we can continue to expand.
He wipes his mouth and he says, "Count me in. Got to keep Ivar fed here."
Well, excellent news. Now please sit, fill your bellies, and ask me anything else you may wish to know. And I will do my best to inform you or direct you where you might be able to find that knowledge and information.
So the sum total was just help, no other information.
Go to the tower, he said, like the undead are coming from the tower currently.
Yeah, he said the undead were coming from the tower, or he sent Iva the White to the tower with her group. Her familiar, it's a dark crow, who came back with a scrawled message on a piece of paper, and he'll say, "I was sleeping with my window open in the night air. Being summertime, it was very comfortable, and this bird came in and gave me," and he pulls into his pouch and hands Eladan the note, and you can see it says "Undead in Tower Help" scrawled in some kind of charcoal. It looked like it was as if somebody had taken coals from a burnt fire and quickly scrawled across this piece of paper. That is all I know. And when the scouts went, only one returned. Said there were undead on the roads to tower. He could not proceed any further, so we assume that they're somehow connected.
Wait, why are there clerics in graveyard fighting undead? Why are undead in graveyard too? Is it a problem across whole city or just from tower?
Leans in, kind of lowering his voice and looking around to make sure that there aren't any eavesdroppers. And you see Halvar, the attendant, sitting off to the side, kind of shifts his gaze in another direction as if not trying not to overhear. And he says, "We're not really sure. It could just be a coincidence or something else that's happening here. But the city is just finally starting to get some momentum, and people have started arriving. Laborers, builders, mercenaries, guards. The Temple District is starting to come alive. They're southwest of the Merchant District. Of course, the Mercantile District is the most important part of the city. And I won't even ask you to roll. You can tell he's like purely a businessman and maybe even a corporate shill, but he's got a very warm personality and sense of humor. There's almost a twinkle in his eye. You're not sure if that twinkle matches the goal he wants or if he's really being authentic and genuine, but he feels like he's a pretty genuine person around, concerned for the people in the city. But of course, they're trying to rebuild the city from nothing.
Yeah, and if you don't have any citizens, there's no one to rebuild the city. All right, so you have quarantine then. You have areas blocked off because I did not see undead coming up to here, right? So it's all blocked off, and now you handle graveyard, and we go to tower. This is your intention.
That is correct. The guards have put down whatever was literally rising out of the graves in the graveyard just before you arrived, and the Antarian wilds are pretty fierce. We've only been here a year to 18 months trying to rebuild the city. We've done really well, and he gestures, and you can tell that they spent a lot of time in the merchants district to make it look nice, to make it appear nice. All the lawns are very curated and well maintained, and particularly the new council house, which is directly across the street, has a new style of architecture, but it has obviously just been recently built.
Okay, I have one last question, and then I will finish my food. Is it zombies? Is it ghouls? Is it skeletons? Because skeletons no good for an axe. I need the big hammer.
The scout did mention skeletons and zombies and ghouls. So yes, and yes.
I need hammer then. Do you have big hammer?
I'm sure we can find a big hammer. We're building the city, and we need big hammers to drive in the.
Okay, then that is my only extra request. Please, Dalgar and not Aladdin. Everyone else, please also give special requests so that way Ivar is not extra special. Thank you. And then he goes back to eating.
I was about to ask if you could provide any additional assistance in terms of equipment and whatnot beyond the potions.
What did you have in mind? And perhaps we can work out some kind of deal based on what your fee might be. But, we have plenty of laborers here building the city. So if there are any things that you might need from a general store standpoint, we can probably provide that. Naturally, nothing in magical means that's quite out of our reach from a monetary standpoint, other than the healing potions from the temples.
Well, I've been carting around this scale mail forever, it seems like. I'd like something a little bit lighter. Breastplate, if you had one lying around, would be very nice.
Alvar is feverishly taking notes. Okay, large hammer. He's thinking sledgehammer.
Maul. It's called Maul here. I don't know a lot of common, but I remember it's called Maul. Maul with strange
Maul.
word. Strange word.
Okay. Breastplate. He looks towards Dalgar. Anything for you?
Breastplate sounds nice.
2 gigantic breastplates. No, 1 gigantic breastplate, 1 gigantic hammer, and then a regular breastplate.
Ivar hits his chest. I already have breastplate. Do not need one.
Do we need holy water? Maybe cleanse?
Oh, you're very smart. Dalgar request holy water for whole party.
Holy water, whole party. Okay. Xanthos is nodding and how he's saying that should not be a problem. Okay. And he looks towards you, my friend, my brother.
I am fine with my stuff. This is all I need.
Takes it, hands it to Halvard. Takes it and hands it to Xanthos. Xanthos produces what looks like almost a quill, and then puts his name on it, folds it in a couple times, and then Halvar leans forward and puts what looks like a piece of almost clay, and then Xanthos takes one of the lanterns, holds it over it, and presses his signet ring into it, and gives it back to Halvar, and Halvar takes it and says, "I shall return momentarily, sir," and heads it back out to the same patio gate you guys entered in. And Xanthos says, "We should be able to get that to you tonight. Is there anything else, any other information you require, or how can I be of more assistance other than providing a sumptuous meal for the group here?"
So the tower, not far?
He points back across the city, and the city sits at the base of this gigantic mountain, Mountain Terra. But what you can see from this mountain is face that faces the sea almost has a very concave look to it. And clearly this, explosion was known for years, and it took out half the tower. But at the very top of this mountain, you can barely see, almost if you're here looking out towards it, and you see the very small tower kind of blinking, and you can see that up there. And he says, a little over a mile up. It probably will take you a couple of days to traverse the path, but you can follow the path on the eastern side of the city and it'll take you up. We've rebuilt it more recently to allow some of the farmers, as they start tilling the land outside of the city, to bring in their wares and kind of make some money as they feed the people rebuilding the city. Of course, it's, funded in part by generosity of Lord Amunet. But we've built the road back up towards the tower, but it winds around the backside of the mountain, so it'll take you a little while to get there, but it should be easy going from a traversal standpoint.
Illidan, please request that we have more food. Falgar, what do they call it in common? The bag of doggy bags of food for multiple day trip to tower, because I thought it was short trip, but if it's multiple days, we need more food than just tonight.
Doggy bag? You're gonna eat dog?
No, this is what maybe they don't call it that here, but other places when you take food with you.
To go food?
Sure, yes, whatever.
We just call it food.
Food. All right, then I'm saying we need more food than just this if it's going to be multiple days to tower.
Pocket bacon.
Yeah, bacon is good. I like bacon.
Dog bacon. Never had it.
No dog bacon. No, dogs are not for eating, Falgar. I thought you would know this. You are more worldly than I. I come from tribe in mountains. That's why I barely know common.
I'm from mountains too.
Yes, well, I must have been deeper in.
We had no dogs.
Please, food for multiple days.
I believe it is technically impossible to have dog bacon.
Yes, there's no. They have different. Pigs are more like people, so they have more fat.
So it's okay to eat the one more like people, but not the one less like people?
Yes. Why do you think it's so tasty?
Pigs have good milk. Pig milk. You've never had pig milk?
No.
It's good.
I guess I'm done eating now. I didn't think so.
Does it taste like bacon?
I'm a little grossed out.
A little.
But yes, Seneschal, please, food for multiple days. I did not know it would take that long.
The Seneschal calls over one of the attendants and he leans in and says, all right, make sure we get all the cured meats and bread that you currently have and bring
water
that for this group.
We need water. Are there horses here or are there camels? Because I did not know there'd be multiple days.
Unfortunately, all the horses here are more horses that pull plows and
right, needed for work. Work horses,
yes,
they call them. Yes.
Work horses.
I guess it's okay. I can carry a lot.
Perhaps you can check at the merchant district or the market square. Perhaps one of the merchants are heading out on a caravan going back to the farmland.
Oh.
But that's about as good as I can get you.
No, that sounds good. I mean, I did have one friend that carried just an entire metal chest in his pack for multiple months in game. So carrying one big, thing of water, I can do it.
And so the attendant returns shortly, and it looks like he has. He comes back in a burlap sack, and inside there's a bunch of cured meat, some cheeses, and some hard tack, or at least hard bread. It looks like it might be a couple of days old, but I'm not really sure Ivar would, care as long as he can eat it. I think it's fine. And then he has his handful. He has like a large decanter that's sealed. This is the only water we have, and it's clearly like boss water. Will this do, Seneschal? And the Seneschal kind of wipes his brow, almost covering his eyeballs. And you see a smile peek out from under his large hand. Yes, that will be fine. I'll see if Halvar can provide some water skins and whatever the case might be. This is clearly not very convenient for travel. You get my drift.
Sounds good. All right, well, I am happy to receive money for rescuing people and killing undead. What does everyone else think? Any more questions?
Still thinking about pig's milk.
I don't know. Stop it. Stop bringing it up. I don't want to think about it.
You're interested in the pig's milk.
No. It just seems like pigs would be really hard to milk.
It's why we don't do it where I come from. We have better things to do.
We should respect our cultures. We should all try it before we take off.
No, I disagree, Ade. Ade, I respect you in all things but this.
I would holler out to the barkeep, you have pig's milk?
Please say no. Please say no.
Roll me a D20.
Oh no, it's the worst. What'd you say, D what?
A D20. Fortunately, they do not have any pig's milk. And so he comes back.
Oh, it's such a shame. Oh no.
No pig's milk, but we have Voss water. And he holds up his decanter again.
Oh, so shame. Well, time to sleep. Let's go. To sleep. Or leave? What do we do?
No, I think leaving in the morning is the best bet.
Oh, yes, because we need, I need big hammer, and we need everything picked up. It makes sense. Well,
And so shortly after, as you continue to have the conversation with Xanthos, and Halvar will arrive, struggling under the weight of the mighty hammer and the breastplates. He is certainly a page than he is a powerful warrior, and so he's struggling a little bit under the weight, particularly of the large breastplate that would fit somebody like somebody with Thalgar's countenance. But he piles it on the table next.
they had to take the door off of a furnace in order to get one for Thalgar.
Yeah, exactly what it looks like. And you hear him coming before you see him coming, because he's walking, and the balance that's of the maul or the sledgehammer, because it clearly looks like a sledgehammer, it would fall and hit, and he'll have to set everything down and pick it back up and try to pile it together. But he eventually makes his way into the patio, and most of the people have gone for the night, gone home. You get the sense that it's a weeknight. There's not a lot of running throughout town who aren't either working or on their way from work from one place to another. And so he'll provide everything you asked for, and he'll run across the street to the council house, and he will get water skins for everybody to bring out, so you can give yourselves 5 rations each. We're not going to track rations, but we're, for the sake of the story, you got 5 rations each. You have a sledgehammer, breastplate, and a larger breastplate. And if there's anything else that you wanted to get, then he would provide that within reason.
All right. That was good meal. So let's sleep. Do we have safe place to sleep, or do we have to worry about undead showing up?
Xanthos looks to you and says, well, probably don't sleep near the graveyard, maybe on the northwest side of town. There's a common area towards the west side of the market where a lot of the labor is just, being summer, they have a bedroll and they keep a fire going, and most of them just sleep out under the stars.
Sounds good to me.
All right. I have 2-person tent, but I am big man, so it will just fit me. Hope everyone else is okay under the stars.
For you, it's like a sheet.
Yes, exactly. My head sticks out one side.
Halvar, please show the gentleman to the common area where the skilled laborers are bedding down for the night. And Halvar nods to the seneschal, and he walks back through, and he's quiet for a little while as you guys make your way across town. Every once in a while, he's making a little small talk as he looks back over his shoulder and says, things like, beautiful night tonight, isn't it? He opens up a little bit, and he'll tell you how much, he really appreciates you guys taking this task. They've sent several parties in the past, and not really anybody has ever come back except for the one scout. So he warns you to be careful. And he'll also,
I would have negotiated for more if I'd known.
Yeah, well, this is like hazard pay at least.
Yeah, that sounds like critical information. Gotta keep remembering to ask.
How long has this been happening?
A couple of months, maybe. Okay, 8 months.
Holy shit.
I mean, 8 months, they probably didn't send their best people, right? They send who's available.
Be available to go who aren't working on the city, yes. That is typically what has happened.
I have to say, the whole, 100 gold per person you rescue thing is kind of seemed like bullshit now, because the problem is 8 months, there's not going to be many survivors, except for the most recent.
Oh, wait, suppose they're undead. Does that still count if we bring them back?
Yeah, they're technically surviving. Technically.
You would have to negotiate with the seneschal, but if they're already dead, I'm not sure that they've survived. Maybe they survived not moving. But
I mean, look, if you want to be technical about it, Halvar, they're not dead, right? They're undead. That's different.
He shrugs. Not my deal to make, but look, here we are. And he gestures. You're still a little ways away, but he is well out of his league on negotiations for anything for the city. And he's, yes, come with me. We'll be there momentarily. And he'll take you. You see a large bonfire in the middle of, or to the west side of the market district. All the market tents have closed down, and so this area has a fountain in the middle. And to the left of it, there's a large bonfire, and people looks like they're have small campfires. They're cooking some fish, more than likely. And then you see just a number of tents and people who are bedding down and kind of get their feet up on their belongings and their head on their, what's the word I'm looking for? Bedroll. Head on their bedroll. just kind of staring up the stars. You get the sense that the people here work really hard and they keep long hours, but they seem to be, just by the looks of them, they have good working clothing, so they likely get paid a good wage for the work that they're doing. And you find yourself a open area, and Alvar asks if there's anything else that he can provide for the group. He takes his leave and heads back to his family. I bid you good luck and good night. And he will head back towards the way he came. He likely
Alvar.
lives in, yes, Ivar.
Which direction is tower from here?
He points, head out the east gates and follow the great path. You can't miss it. It's really well manicured, at least closer to the city.
Are the east gates manned? Like, is the city protected in case undead come downhill, or is it something we need to watch out for?
He says, no, there shouldn't be any issues. The only issue we've had here in town is the graveyard that happened earlier today, but otherwise everything has been pretty quiet. The Antaran wilds, and he kind of gestures past the wall, have been known to have, prowled by dangerous beasts.
Oh, no. You do not need to worry. Beasts are my friend. But now point to graveyard. Where's graveyard?
He points to the south of the city. We have guards stationed there now, manned. They put down the uprising, and he chuckles at his own joke. So,
oh, yes, you're very funny. Okay. Good night.
He waves and heads back, and he fades away, disappearing away from the light of the fire. And you guys are left to your own devices here amongst probably a good 50 to 60 other people who have set up tents and small camps of their own.
I feel like we got screwed over on the hazard pay.
Well, we learned a valuable lesson about negotiating.
Yeah, that sucks.
From now on, I'm going to ask, where are we the first? Always ask that.
That is good. I will remember. All right, who's taking first watch? I don't trust all of these 50 other people to be enough of a cushion in case we get attacked.
Oh, I do.
Should we ask them to make space in middle so that way we have human shields? Or, well, he looks around. Is there other ancestries here? Yeah, dwarves or elves or other people's shields?
I figure if undead show up, there'll be a lot of screaming and whatnot. It'll be pretty obvious.
That is good.
How far would the cemetery be from us?
It's like on the other side of the city, right? How big is the city?
Yeah, the city's massive. They've only started rebuilding the Southwest Merchants Quarter. That's pretty much done, and they're now expanding it. They've built some areas in the Temple District, but you're quite a ways away from it, so they have a long way to go to get to you from where the city cemetery was. It's on the south side of town. You guys are on the west side of town. And this town in its heyday, as you come into port, you can see that the ruins sprawl across the side of this mountain. So this was at one point probably a massive city that would have housed anywhere from 30 to 50,000 people.
Okay, good to know.
If you feel like we need a watch, I can keep the first.
It's up to y'all. I can let's look at my stats. He says in world. I'm okay. It's keeping watch. Not good, if I'm being honest. Whatever y'all want to do.
We should probably have a watch. I don't trust that the undead just rose in this city. Didn't he say that happened yesterday?
Yeah, in graveyard. Graveyard's far away, but just in case. We don't...
It is good practice for when we're out of city.
That is true. We might as well get in practice now because we will not have 50 peoples around us to be shields. I can take first watch. No, wait. You said you would. So I'll take last watch. Who take middle?
I can do middle. I gotta fix my boot anyway.
All right. Sound good.
And so, Ade, as your companions turn in for the night, from the darkness of the city, you see first what looks like a simple red tunic. And then as the figure approaches, you see a half-orc male. He's got working clothes like the rest of the people here. And it looks like he's, got a large hammer himself. And on the head of the hammer, it looks like there's tied a knapsack that has tools and stuff. And as he walks by, kind of nods to you and says to you, welcome to the city. And he's trying to talk in hushed tones just to not wake anybody up who are nearby. He sees your companions and he's like, nods to you and then moves off a little bit to the side and sits down and opens his knapsack and takes out his bedroll and kind of lays it down and looks around a little bit, and then he'll look back to you and say, "Here to work as well? To rebuild the city?"
No, we are actually here to look into the undead scorch. We're going to put down the undead.
You're going to the tower.
Is that surprising?
Roll me a d10.
3.
What I know, or what I've been told, there is a lone black figure riding a dragon that has been circling around the mountain peaks, and that's why people have been disappearing.
I'm sorry, dragon? Is this a zombie dragon? This is a real dragon?
Dragon, gigantic, wings that blot out the moon. Right? You can make an insight check.
Okay, let's do that. That's real bad. A 12?
Bill, good enough to see he's kind of embellishing or exaggerating the story.
A small dragon is still a problem. Dragon. We will keep an eye out for it. You know, we're strong. I'm pretty sure my friend over there drinks dragon milk, so we'll be okay.
All right. Well, good luck. We'll be thinking of you. And he puts his head back and kind of kicks his feet up. And before you know it, he's fast asleep because he's probably worked an 18-hour shift. And as your watch goes by, the rest of the night also goes by without incident. And you guys find yourself waking in the morning to a long rest. If you've used any assets you might need to recover, you can go ahead and do so. But the morning sun comes early. It's brisk here in the morning. You being so far north on LRN that it's summertime still, but it's, you're still right off the coast. You can hear the gulls calling from the breakers out towards the sea. A lot of the people who have been here have already gone up and gone off to work, and the day is yours. What would you like to do?
All right, let's begin travel. Let's go kill zombies and skeletons.
And possibly a dragon.
What?
Well, dragon.
It should be fine. I think it only comes out at night, at least according to that guy.
Okay, so now we have to watch sky as well. Very nice. We definitely got screwed on Hazard Bay, but we go.
As you make your way across the city towards the east gates, the east gates are manned, but the gates are open. There are 2 guards on either side on the ground, and then up on the lookout towers, there's 2 guards, and then there are people manning the walls. There's a large wall here that has been built against what they call the Antaran Wilds, which is kind of the badlands of the rocky volcanic explosion, along with the forest that has started to regrow in the lush soil that was left after the explosion. It's been several years since that had happened, and so nothing else has occurred since, but people are starting to make their way. You see farms in the outlands as you make your way across the path, or on the path, the Antaran path towards the Antaran Tower. You make your way onto the path, and the road is 20 feet wide, cobblestone, very well manicured. But as you leave further around the city and you make your way circling around to your left, the mountain you can see just standing 6,000 feet. The summit 6,000 some odd feet up. You figure you're going to have to at least do a 1.5, 2 corkscrews to make your way to the top. You pass other travelers. You pass other people coming into the city, wagons full of what looks like tarps covering, obvious fresh vegetables, wheat. It seems like that whatever they're farming out here has been growing really well and seem to be making a good living. Most of the livestock, or at least the horses and or mules that pull the caravans, well fed. In other times in your life, you've probably seen others where they haven't been as well fed and they're a little scraggly. Everybody seems to be in at least for what they do, well paid and well fed.
Yeah, I know we're not this isn't exactly like end game, but after a volcanic explosion, the soil becomes super rich. So it would make sense that their farming would be really good.
One thing you do see as you glance up towards the summit and you make your way opposite the sun is diffused, what looks like almost a constant fog that hangs near the summit of the mountain. It's just like a cloud that almost just sits there. You figure during this time of year it should burn off by now, but it hasn't. And so the Seneschal did mention that there was, a fog cover that hangs around the tower that should cover your approach, but looking at it, you think it probably should have been burnt off by now. But as you make your way through the morning and throughout the day, it'll eventually burn off. It's almost like the marine lair we experience down here, where some days it just does never go away. Other days it burns off really late in the day. And so you make your way, you travel 20 miles up the road, twisting along a wide arc as you make your way towards Antaran Tower. The road not as well manicured as was before. It looks like they hadn't gotten at least to this part of the road to replace what was there before, but there's still a strong road and an obvious path to make your way along the mountains. And so night begins to fall after the first day of travel. Is there anything you would like to do, or would you want to continue pushing forward?
We should probably make a camp. I don't know, especially if there is. What did you say? Dragon comes out at night.
They said dragon with the dark rider. Yes.
Oh wait, you said rider. Thing on like someone's riding the dragon. Okay, that sucks.
I don't think we get paid more for going faster. Unless you think there's actually going to be people alive.
Eladin, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. We're not paid for going faster and not really holding out for survivors at this point.
Cousin Thalgar, do you agree? I tend to agree.
I don't like traveling at night, especially with a dragon.
Yeah, that seems bad, right? So let's make camp.
How far away would the tower be? Like another day's travel?
At this point, you probably think you can get there. You can either arrive there after dark tomorrow, just by the progress you've made. If you push it tonight, you can probably arrive there before the sun sets tomorrow. And if you just take your time, you're likely to be able to get there at some point in the middle of the night on the second night and be prepared for the morning if you want to go in the morning or at night. It's up to you, but probably another day and a half-ish. If you want to push it, you can get there in another 3/4 of a day.
I'd rather get there, and I don't know if I want to go into the fog or reach the tower in the middle of the night with all of these fog if it's still there. That might be pretty bad. Well, let's see. Well, did the fog layer burn off by this point, like as the sun is setting, or is it still there?
Yeah, it had burnt off late in the afternoon, but
okay,
it's almost to the point where you're like, it's probably going to burn off and then reform here,
Yeah, as soon as the sun sets.
A few hours after dark, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I know the Seneschal did mention utilizing the fog as cover.
Right, that's true.
But it is up to you. I know how you guys like to hit things with your big weapons.
Well, that just means that the morning would be perfect, right? Because that's when the cover would be the thickest. So maybe we time it so we get there in the morning. So that means we should definitely camp tonight. Yeah, anyone see a good spot?
Do I see a good spot, DM?
Y'all can make me a survival check if you want. If you're trained, you can give each other advantage.
I will give whoever is good at it advantage. I am trained, but my bonus is pretty terrible.
I have a 6.
I have a 5.
I'm proficient in survival.
Let's just all roll normal then.
Well, why don't we give the people who've got good bonus? So, Eladin, why don't you roll at advantage, and then our druid, please roll at advantage as well. So you each have a Goliath, helping
roll
you
a
look.
second time.
Yeah,
We
Just
each
up
have
on
the
our
Goliath
shoulders.
lift us up.
yeah, exactly.
Dirty 20. The dirtiest.
Very nice. And you guys find a way. What looks like an area just off the road where it looks like it's been cleared. It looks like there was a small fire because you see a pile of rocks and some charred wood there. There's obviously plenty of charred wood here in this semi-forested area. And you guys find yourself a nice secluded place on the backside of the mountain where the wind blows off the sea. You don't have to worry about much wind in the area you're at, but you can also cover your backs from the Antaran wilds on the side of a large rock if you want to stay in this spot.
Yes. This rock over here seems as good as any.
Looks good to me. Do you want me to lower you back to ground now, or do you want to? Maybe I can leave you up on my shoulders.
I actually do quite like it up here, so maybe I stay here for a while.
Okay. Until we make a camp, you can stay on my shoulders.
And as you guys make camp for the night, it's quiet. Just before the sun had gone down, you see another 2 carts filled with covered wagons as they give you a slight wave, and they head on down the road. A little bit later in the evening, before you guys bed down, you see what look like are two mounted personnel. They wear greenish brown dark leathers. And the hair's pulled up. One's of obvious elven descent. The other one is human. It's a male and a female. And they give a slight nod as they bypass your camp. The night is yours to do as you wish. So if you just want to set up a camp, let me know if you're going to post a watch.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we keep it the same orders, or are we switching it up?
I feel like one person should take a break each night. So, of us three, who wants to take break?
I can take a break.
All right. Then I will take first watch, and then it's up to Eladin and my cousin Thalgar, who wants to go next.
I'll go next.
All right. Then the Goliaths hold each age of watch, making sure we are safe. I will admit, as you all go to sleep, I say to myself, I'm pretty shitty at perception, but we'll see how this goes.
And speaking of perception, give me a perception check.
I will do. Oh, it's not too bad. 12, right in the middle.
Pretty good. You hear birds, which is a good sign to you.
Right.
There's obvious wildlife here. In the middle of the night, you see a rabbit kind of looking towards the campfire, its eyes reflecting the firelight back towards you, and it moves on its way. And before long, your watch is over, and the next person can give me a perception check. Who's next on watch? Eladan and
Yes.
not Aladdin.
Got sleep in my eyes.
9.
You're here in the wilds and being a fae spirit. You enjoy being out here in the nature, close to civilization, but it's really quiet. You kind of get yourself lost in your thoughts of where you've come from and how long you've come from when you first started your journey on this material plane known as Elran. And so it's quiet, lost in your thoughts, and your watch goes by without incident. And so Thalgar, if you want to give me a perception check.
It was a 17.
Yeah, I can see it. It's 17.
Okay.
Nice. Good roll.
It's a weird sensation, right? You haven't been back to this place, this part of town, this part of the world in quite a long time. You kind of think about your brother, how you guys used to run in the wilds out here whenever you came out of where you guys typically live. And so you spot familiar things like the trees and how they grow and you know, how they kind of lean away from Mount Terra, away from the sunlight. And you would stay and build campfires, and the scent of the wood burning here is very familiar to you. But again, like the others, your watch goes by without incident, and you guys take a long rest and continue your journey. You're about a day and a half away from the summit of Mount Terra.
Let us continue. Anyone see dragon at night? I did not. I saw little bunny, but it was smart enough to stay away from us predators.
No dragon.
You did not catch it for breakfast?
No, we have food. I only hunt if it is required. I have respect for the animals. If we need food, I will hunt, but otherwise we have food. That's why we carry all this stuff.
If the gods did not want us to eat them, they would not have made them so tasty.
I tend not to eat things that I can talk to, you know? It's a little weird. I mean, you should understand. Druid?
I just try not to talk to anything I intend on eating.
That is a good... I guess I go by same rule. Yeah.
Sometimes talking to them makes it easier, though.
Oh, I don't even want to.
Some animals are dicks, so... Turkeys. All turkeys are dicks.
I did not know this. I have not had turkey. It's good to know. Good to know. Let us continue. Let us go towards Foggy Tower.
Yep. And the fog is particularly heavy this morning as you look over towards the summit and you continue on the road. The road here now is there's no sign of any new road. Cobblestone's cracked and broken and worn at some point in time. Shifted and moved. This path likely existed well before the eruption of the volcano.
Oh, quick question. How long ago was the eruption?
Roll me a D100.
I will do that. 26 years ago?
Yeah, let's say that's
26 years ago. Interesting. Okay, cool. So, I mean, we might still, we could, see, a weird hill that kind of, snakes down, like a valley wall, and it's, covered in dirt, but we're like, oh, no, that was for sure a path of lava. It'd be hard to see, though, after 26 years.
And as you continue up the mountain, The air gets quiet. And the birds you heard from the night before aren't anywhere to be seen.
Oh.
Can I get a survival check from the group, or you can provide advantage to your party if you're proficient?
Cousin Talgar, what is your bonus?
Look into the sky. Put up 3 fingers.
Ah, okay. I only have 2 bonus, so I will help Ade. And do
It's
you want to help?
already on your shoulders.
Oh shit! Yes, you are. Well, you're not that heavy. I didn't even know this.
You slept on your shoulders.
See, that part is weird because I have tent, but I figured I would have noticed.
It is okay. Your
Ade.
head is sticking out of the tent.
Oh,
It makes
this
it
is
easy.
true. Makes it nice and easy. It explains why my bald head was so warm. All right, I provide advantage to Ade.
Survival.
I will assist someone else.
Oh, that's
Oh, double
that is-
threes.
That is definitely you're helping my rolls.
That is very
That's what
funny.
happened.
Oh my god. I think you have advantage, Randy.
Beat that.
Yeah, beat 9. Oh my god.
That
Nicely
is a
done.
much better roll.
24.
So as you continue up, there are obvious signs of a struggle that look like they have been almost covered. Tracks where you see people shuffling back and forth that look like they'd been covered but sloppily. There's some crushed plants and some spattered blood off the side of the road on some of the foliage.
The bodies look like they were intentionally covered up.
It looks like there's signs of a struggle, and there are some crushed plants. It looks like there was some kind of fight because you see the footprints with your survival check kind of moving around as if there was some kind of combat here. But there are no bodies. But now that you're successful with your survival check, the party can give me a perception check.
I will help. Can I help you again, Ade? Maybe because you are high up, maybe you do better with this one.
Yes, the high up is far away from ground. Hard to see the survival.
Let's see. Oh my goodness. See?
Definitely better. One of
See,
them.
I help. I can't hear anything, but you can see, so that is good thing.
With the natural 20, 26, you look around and you start seeing the plants, and being a druid, you're kind of familiar with, hey, this isn't normal, and you're looking around how the plants grow, and what looks like pushed off in the brush, the grass has been flattened as if somebody walked there, but it's very obviously somebody wasn't walked there. They were dragged there. You see bodies roughly covered with brush. They've been stripped down to their undergarments, and nothing of value has been left on them. They're 2 warrior-looking individuals, no marks on their bodies, and their faces are distorted with a horrified expression, as if they have died of fright. The other 3 bodies have many wounds. They've been dead at least 3 or 4 days.
What kind of wounds did you say they were?
2 of them had no wounds, and 3 of them had many wounds. Looked like scratch bites, even weaponry, small, thin stab marks, as if they were some kind of dirk or dagger.
My friends, is this the work of the undead or not?
I would say yes, probably not the dragon.
But do they look like they have their belongings still, or they've been picked clean? I do not think undead take items from bodies. Usually they just...
Undead may have killed them, and then somebody else found them and picked them clean.
Interesting.
Or the undead are not alone.
Okay, well, I'm going to be safe if everyone is okay with this, and he takes out his great axe. I will dismember at least head and... Yes, at least head, right? Head
Thank you
will
for
take care.
choosing the axe instead of the maul.
Oh yeah, that would be bad. They are not skeletons yet, otherwise it would be maul. So he's going to remove the head from each body.
Okay, easy enough. They don't put
Yes.
much up. They don't put up a fight, and
Oh,
you behead them without
All right.
trouble.
just in case, right? Better be safe. Do we have any tracks? Any idea where their attackers went?
We'll roll over the survival check from Eladan of his 24 from earlier. As Ade steps towards the brush, you looked at the tracks, and they seem to head up the mountain in the direction you're traveling.
Interesting.
It's convenient that they're in the direction we're going.
Yes, I do not know if I'd call it convenient, but...
Better than that than having enemies behind.
Oh, it's true. It's true. All right. I will bow to your wisdom. And he bows, and you fall forward off of his his shoulders.
I do not like the bowing.
I can hear again. Oh, it's so nice. Where did the birds go? I hear no animals.
What do the tracks look like? Is there any like big dragon footprint?
Definitely not dragon footprints. That looks like there was at least 8 individuals, but some of the tracks look like they're dragging their feet a little bit. Others look like as if they were made of bone.
I would point that out to the group.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad I got the big hammer.
And as you guys continue on up the path, can I get a perception check from the party?
I will help Ade, but I am keeping ear out for animals, so he is not on my head. But I am still pointing and helping.
I don't know if I still have advantage. I feel like.
Oh, you do. You're just not on my head. Oh, see? It's because you're not on my head anymore.
Correct. Good
My
job,
bad.
Balthar.
14, 21. Thalgar, you hear the rustling of leaves as you come around a corner. It's probably a good, let's call it 50, 100 feet off, and you hear the low moaning.
Put up my left hand like a stop sign and unsheath my scimitar, and I kind of point in the direction of the sound to the rest of the group.
Okay, let's roll some initiative.
Yeah, buddy.
Could have been worse.
Most of my rolls today have been worse, so I'll take it.
Eladan, as Thalgar unsheaths his weapon, kind of looks in a direction, you see what look like undead beings shambling in your direction, albeit ever slowly.
See if I remember how this guy even works. Oh yeah, I can shoot at one of those guys. I will pick the target closest to me, and let's see. Are these trees going to get in the way?
No.
Okay. Then, matter of fact, I can even move a little bit. Yeah, nice clean shot. I will draw my longbow, and I will take aim and try to attack one.
A 15 easily hits these slow-moving creatures.
Okay. So do 9. Give me a second here. I will mark him as a favored foe, and I will also apply. I will make just a dreadful strike and add a D4 on top of that.
What's the total?
11.
11. Your bow hits this creature, it being half dead or undead. You can't really tell if you've done significant damage to it as it just continues to meander, but when the arrow struck the creature, it reeled back and then settled down again and started continuing to move in your direction. Is there anything else you would like to do? Bonus action or movement?
Nope, I'm good.
Hey, following my furry friend, we shall. I think I moved backwards, but it's fine. 30. Move up some, and I will bonus action cast Shillelagh on the quarterstaff. See a little bit of a bluish green glow go across the staff, and then I will use. Can I hold an action for if somebody comes within 30 feet of me?
Yes, sir.
Yep, that'll be produce flame. Held action.
Anything else?
That's it. Bonus action, movement, action. Oh, look at this guy.
All right. Oh. Moving up 30 feet. I imagine I would take out my great axe as I move up because I see that there are skeletons there, but they're in the back. So he's just going to have his great axe ready. These guys are too far away from me really to do anything yet. So I'm going to ready an attack with my great axe if one of these guys gets within melee. And that's going to be my turn. So let me hit the button. Sorry about that. Oh, I see. There we go. No, I figured it out.
Dalgar, it is your turn.
I will have my double-bladed scimitar out already. I'm going to move forward. Full movement. I am in a stance when I roll initiative, so right now I have +5 to my range. I'm just going to ready an attack.
All right, everybody's ready to attack. The skeleton's turn to go. It has 30 feet of movement. It is going to use 30 feet, and it brings up a short bow, slowly pulls back the rotted string on the bow. Arrow looks like some kind of bone or some kind flies from him, and it will fly towards Eladan. Whoops, I forgot to roll the attack. That is a 16.
That's exactly what it needs to hit.
All right. And that will be 5 points of piercing damage. And it is moved and taken its action. It's its turn. The next skeleton will also move forward 30 feet. The next skeleton moves forward as well, and it will take aim at Ade. 12 to hit.
That'll miss.
Okay.
Oh,
creature moves
unflappable.
20 feet. Yeah, 40 feet. Eladan, is your turn.
I'll take aim at the injured one again and attempt to shoot him again. Ah, that should hit.
Yes, that definitely hits.
What's that? 9, 10.
10 total damage. All right.
Yeah.
This creature, you hit it again near the other arrow, and it falls to one knee. And so I need to roll a check. And that creature drops to the ground, defeated. Anything else?
No.
All right. Gotta get some of these distances right. All right. That's not great. But I think Ade's going to move up a bit. Yes, get him right within 30 feet. It's going to go ahead and target this one with a new produce flame attack. Ooh. Let's go. Big damage. At least as big as I can do. And then I will go and cower behind the guy with the big axe. And that'll end my turn. Not sure how to.
I got you. Ivar.
Okay, that's nice. I like that. Ivar is gonna run up. While he runs up, he uses a bonus action, and he emits a roar that is deep and unsettling to anyone that hasn't already heard of it, because it sounds as if it's coming out from the furs that currently are over his shoulders, and you see that almost like a hood behind his head is the head of a white bear. And that's the roar that is just from me. As he comes up with his battle axe, and he gets up to this one, and he takes a swing. See how it goes. Come on. All right, that should hit. 21?
Yep, definitely hit.
All right. And then we've got, very nice, that'll be 17 damage with the rage.
DC of 5 plus the damage taken. That's 23. It cannot hit it, so
he cuts it from like just the nape of the neck, right next to the shoulder there, and then all the way down above the hip, just bisects him because he's a zombie. And that's movement, action, bonus action. That is it for my turn. Thank you. Oh, he's currently raging. I don't know if I need to.
I got you.
I
I don't think I made one.
Yeah, no, they're not on there yet. Okay.
Balgar.
move up on that side of the zombie. Take a swipe with my double-bladed scimitar.
Nice.
Definitely hits.
9 slashing, and then double-bladed scimitar allows me to make a bonus attack with it if I hit.
Oh, is this like a Darth Maul blade?
Sort of, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Guessing 9 misses.
Little bummer.
A 9 still hits.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
They have no organs to protect themselves.
Yeah. They're just shambling.
He's unflappable.
No, this one's unfulfilled.
Oh,
Aw.
unfulfilled.
No,
Let
bummer.
him live.
There's still so much time. You could be a whole person.
3 from the bonus attack.
As you cleave its arm from its body, the arm hangs on by sinew, but it is still moving.
Very well. That'll end my turn.
All right.
Seeing this creature, you're the nearest threat. It's going to attempt to shoot you with its short bow as it takes aim. This massive creature that blots out the zombie behind it, the skeleton will fire in your direction. That is a natural 1. And this next creature will also take aim at Thalgar with its short bow, firing a 11, which also misses.
Doesn't pay to be evil.
Doesn't pay. This last creature, hanging on by a thread, will attempt to raise its hands above its head. Well, its hand, and it will attempt to slam you, Thalgar, with a 8. That also misses. Top of the round, Eladan.
I'll try to put down the one that's near death here.
13 hits, 4 damage plus 4 plus 4. That's a total of 8.
So
Is that correct?
it's 8 plus 4.
All
Longbow is 8, and the Dreadful Strike is 4.
Gotcha. 12, 17. Also falls to the ground. Bonus action movement.
No, I'll stay put.
I will unmute myself, and then I will shift up to support my friends, and go ahead and attempt to hit this detached one with the produce flame. Not paying enough attention. Wow. 9?
That this creature dances out of the way from your flame as it flies towards it, much more nimble than the gambling creatures you just dispatched.
You lied to me, Mr. Detached. I will end my turn.
Ivar.
All right, so Ivar is gonna move past this tree here, and may he flavor hit his great axe into the tree as he walks by, and then take out his hammer. Like he drops the great axe, but I just think it's fun to leave it in the tree as he goes by. And then he pulls out his hammer, gets behind this skeleton here, and goes to attack. Come on! Oh, that's a natural 20.
Nice.
I don't know what's going on tonight, guys. Something's wrong. 19 points of damage.
In one swing, he runs by, lodges his axe with his left hand while pulling out the large hammer with his right hand, and kind of wields it over his head, swings it over his head, and grabs with both hands and pulls it down. And what was once the skeleton that was about 5'8" is now the skeleton that's about 6 inches tall as he crushes it from head to toe.
Like he's driving a spike into the ground, and he just... And that's his turn.
I rush by, seeing what Ivar did. I said, "Oh, I should have got a hammer." And then I will swing at the skeleton with the scimitar. That's my bonus attack.
Ooh, nice.
As you swing across this creature, decapitating it, saying, "I should have got a hammer," but you see that there's very little bone and sinew between its collarbone and its skull, and targeting that area, you swing across, and there's a little, as the sinew snaps underneath your scimitar, and the creature falls, head going one way, skull going another way. We will drop out of initiative as you have dispatched some zombies and skeletons.
Hey, good job, team.
Ivar hangs the maul on his back and then goes and gets the axe out of the tree. Like, barely hurt. Barely hurt. It's a strong tree. It'll be okay. Are these the things that we think killed those people?
I do not think that these ones alone could have done that to those people.
You can give me a medicine check if you would like, or ask somebody else to look at the bodies.
I do not have medicine.
Yeah, I can look at the bodies.
We'd
Go ahead and roll medicine.
8 sets of tracks, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so half at least. Oh, there was 5. So
You want to give me a medicine check, Eladan? You can go ahead and do so.
I'm kind of like, eh.
Yeah, you can't really tell. I mean, looking at they definitely didn't have any puncture wounds from arrows. They were more puncture wounds from maybe daggers or dirks. They did have scratches, and so some of these creatures, with their nails kind of long and dirty, possibly, but not quite sure. Not carrying any kind of dagger or anything like that. Anything else you would want to do before moving on?
check for anything worth keeping. Like how is the equipment from these skeletons?
Give me a perception and/or investigation check if you would like to check all the bodies, or ask somebody to do it.
Can someone please look at these bodies? I think I need glasses.
I can tell their bodies.
No, I mean to check bodies for stuff.
Oh.
Please.
Oh, loot.
Maybe not this one. I crossed this one into paste. Oh shit, nice.
I literally kicked the body and a bunch of shit falls out.
like in Diablo. Just poof.
So one of the zombies was carrying what looks like a glass jar. It's like 3 inches in diameter, and on the front there is a stamp on it, and then it looks like there's some twine around the top, as if it's and over the top of it there's what looks like leather, and so twine to keep the leather closed, and there's some kind of sigil or signet mark on the front of this.
Interesting. Oh, well, I don't know what that is. Maybe you take. I meant more like their short bows. Would their short bows be useful?
Yes.
Or are they pretty poor? Cousin Thalgar, do you have ranged weapons? I don't really. I have javelins, but they're not great for long distance.
I do. And he would kind of pull his cloak back, and you can see a crossbow.
Okay. I will take short bow and some arrows, if this is okay.
You can take short bows and as many arrows as you can carry.
Okay. I don't imagine we will be keeping track of arrows, so I will
Nope.
just add them to my sheet. Thank you, sir. All right. Well, aside from funny jar with hopefully not human skin lid, I think we found everything, guys. Should we keep going?
Funny symbol remind us of anything? Doesn't look familiar to any of us.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
You can make a Arcana or Nature or History check.
None of that. None of that feels good. Let's go ahead and see what we can do, though. Arcana's the first one on the list.
Nice.
Hey.
You look at the thing and then you remember being handed potions have the same or similar signet, and so
Ooh.
you have a, however you say this word, Keotan's ointment.
Oh, those are good. Whoa.
With 5 charges or 5 doses.
Those are super good.
The Seneschal definitely gave a zombie turning point potion. We should throw them out. Turns you into zombies.
I'm pretty sure I've used that before. It does not turn you into zombies. Although,
You can't even say it.
well, it's called restorative ointment in the SRD, and I can say restorative. Okay, so screw you, buddy. My accent's all over the place tonight. Who's keeping that? Because that is actually super good.
The closer it gets to Borat, the happier I am.
Yeah. Oh, it's getting there. Don't worry. I mean, it does 2d8 plus 2 hit points. You cease to be poisoned, and you're cured of any disease. And we have 5 uses of it, so that is super useful. It takes an action to either swallow or apply it to the skin. Illustrious DM, or are we going to use the same rules that we use for healing potions? I.e., if you use it at okay, very cool, very cool. So, who wants to carry the healing ointment?
I think it was handed to Aladon, right?
Illidan?
Who has it right now?
Well, he also has 6 healing potions, so maybe we don't keep all of the healing stuff on one character.
Yes, give it to me. I will definitely make use of it.
No. Cousin Thalgar, would you like a healing ointment that's definitely not going to turn us into zombies? Or should I carry?
Maybe Adi carries it.
No.
Ade carries it is a good idea.
No, I do not give Cousin Thalgar. You should know this. We have trained together for multiple years. Ade does not heal unless it is the end of their life, and maybe not even then. So it is bad idea to give Ade healing things unless you don't want it to ever be used.
We use it when it is the most useful.
Ade is the type of person to beat video game and say, "Hey, why do I have 20 elixirs?" None of us know what that means. I will take ointment. We talk about too long. I decide. Thank you for ointment, Eladin. You are amazing. That you find this is super useful. All the tracks look like they're coming from further up the path, the way we're going.
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I figured. All right. Well, this was good sign. Easy day, easy fight. Let's continue.
And as you continue on, the road continues to curve, but not as a wide arc as you were making earlier, lower on the mountain. And you can continue on and get there probably in the middle of the night if you would like, or you can set up camp and approach in the morning. The fog certainly hasn't lifted today, as there are other clouds in the sky and the sun isn't shining through as it was yesterday.
I know we said go in the morning, but we are in their territory, and darkness plus fog plus outside with them possibly roaming the roads seems scary. I'm okay either way.
Yeah, I don't see very well in the dark.
Well, it is the dark.
If you would like to set up camp, anybody can give me a survival check to find a nice place to camp. That is also another good roll.
Wow, very nice.
Again, you find yourself just off the side of the road. Oh, it looks like some point somebody had set up a camp here, very similar to what you had seen before. Not as well used. It looked like they tried to clear some brush, but there's still brush nearby. Probably useful to light a campfire if you're going to light a campfire, but you find a nice place off the road and a little bit out of the way, so you can't be obviously seen from the road if you so choose. But you find a nice place to camp.
I think we need good watch tonight, because like you said, we are close.
I am pro fire. I don't know how you guys feel. I like the fire because I can see when there's fire.
Sure, I guess.
Non-committal fire. Okay. I will make decision. I will. Darn it. I will make my own decision. I will start a fire.
I will take break tonight because I am terrible at seeing things.
All right.
Please wake me up if there is trouble.
So you're setting up a camp with a fire,
Correct.
and who's taking first watch? And we'll just do 2 watches from this point forward.
Oh, I can take it.
Give me a perception check,
I changed my die, but it didn't change.
and whoever's taking second watch can also give me a perception check.
I'll take it.
You just look over to Eladin, and Eladin's already snoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just staring up into the air looking for the dragon.
I'm gonna see that dragon. God damn it!
The night goes by without issue, and you wake early in the morning. Smoke of the fire is burning a little low, but not enough to cause any kind of alarm or be viewable outside of your camp area because you've set it up in such a way where it blows down the mountain. But the day is yours. You can refresh and take a long rest and continue on your journey. Let me know what you would like to do.
I'd like to assault the castles. Stealthily?
It's a good idea.
So you continue on just a couple hours, maybe even less, and rounding the top, the curve of the mountain gets much more narrow. And as you approach, you see the towering structure. It rises with stoic grandeur, standing 45 feet tall and spanning 50 feet in diameter at its base. Perches atop an oval-shaped plateau, its northern half teetering near the edge of the sheer mountain cliff that looks over Anthus, just daring gravity to pull it from its perch. From the winding trail below, the tower seems featureless. Seamless, there are no visible doors or entryways, only a single large shuttered window of weathered wood about 30 feet up on its southern face. You guys want to continue to move forward stealthily? Is that accurate?
We've got the. Are we like in the fog now, and we're just kind of seeing this at a distance?
Yes. Like pictures that as if you came over the hill, you're following the path a little bit, you see the tower as it stands. As you move forward, the perspective of the angle, you see it slowly rise off the mountain, and so you're down the path a little bit, but you see the full tower and it's all its glory standing there at the edge of the cliff.
We see the entrance.
There appears to be no entrance. It seems featureless and seamless. The only thing you see is a single large shuttered window of weathered wood about 30 feet up on the southern face.
Maybe it is on the other side. If not, I have climbing kit. We can climb the window, I guess. But otherwise, let's do little walk around tower. But let's be sneaky, right?
Is there any signs of creatures roaming around the outside of it?
Make me a perception check.
Nice.
Not bad.
There are 2 creatures meandering near the base of the tower. They hold themselves along with their arms, their squat legs, large distended mouth, much wider than any other humanoid mouth you may have seen. Their tongue flicks back and forth as if they're tasting the air.
I'd give a Navy SEAL sign with pointing at my eyes and in the direction that I see. And then I'd form a big G in the air and I'd say ghouls.
Is there some kind of I almost said recall knowledge. Is there some kind of roll we could do? I don't remember if ghouls. I think it's just the skeletons that are like resistant to get slashing.
You can make a nature or history check.
I'm bad at both, but I would love to roll it. I'll do history to just see if sometime in my past I had fought a ghoul before. That's a big old no.
And he's back.
Yeah, I'm back, baby. I know nothing about ghouls, but I am excited to kill one, right? And just for a little bit of flavor, I will say that his speaking voice is not deep. Like it kind of oscillates when he's annoyed or angry or eating or something like that. You know, his voice gets deeper or higher depending, but it is nowhere near as deep as it is when he's raging. Then he's just all guttural and loud. But yeah, no, I've already easy excited to go kill some ghouls. Let's go. Unless we attack from range, what do you want to do?
It's clear they have not seen you. There is sparse growth of small shrubbery and trees that dot the area around the tower. It is likely you can get closer if you want to make an attempt to get closer.
Sneak up and ambush, eh?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds good.
Everybody give me a stealth check, please.
Thank you for the breastplate. No longer have disadvantage.
Very nice. We got a 14, 11, 23, and 13.
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Drawing closer, you notice the walls are fashioned from dark gray stone, perfectly smooth and untouched by the passage of time. A faint, otherworldly chill seeps from the stone, brushing against your skin like a ghostly whisper. Encircling the base is a sparse gathering of short trees, scraggly bushes, and tufts of resilient grass. Jagged rock formations offer sparse cover for any stealthy approach, casting shifting shadows under the mountain's moody skies. Suddenly, there's a flicker of motion on your right as a large white crow swoops down from a nearby tree and lands gracefully beside Ade. The bird's movements are almost too fluid. Its piercing blue eyes gleaming with an uncanny light that seems to pierce your soul. The crow hops up and down its twisted head, moving back and forth as if desperate to relay a message, its presence lending a strange air of urgency to your mission.
I don't know if this is a good time, but I don't think the bird thinks this is a good idea.
Have you tried asking Bird?
I have. I don't speak land bird. It's not a goal.
Hello, Bird.
It looks to you with uncanny intelligence, hopping up and down a little bit.
I speak your language now. You can speak to me.
Undead, help! Save
Yeah.
Eva in the tower.
Right. Yes. No, that's why we're
She-
here. How do we get in tower?
She's sleeping.
She's sleeping.
You
That
freak-
why is she sleeping?
She's sleeping up near the top. You should fly in. You can fly in.
Well, okay. I don't want to make judgment here, but we cannot fly like you. So how do we fly in?
It hops a little bit and it flies in the air before it circles around and lands on your shoulder. Fly into the top.
Okay, see, yes, but you have wing. I do not have wing. Okay, so is there a different way in? We are coming to tower now to rescue your friend, but we cannot fly. So a different way in other than, and I point towards the window, other than window.
He says, then through the door at the bottom in the middle, and you see a path, a clear path, foot trodden, that leads to what looks like a blank wall. But there's certainly a weathered trail that leads right up to the edge of the tower.
Okay, I do not see door, but you say there is door.
Yes, we must hurry.
Okay, we go. And I motion for the rest of the party to continue the stealthy moving as I'm speaking to this bird in a bird language. Or whispering. Yeah, whisper little whistles. And so how did they open door? I imagined Ava did not fly in, yes? So how did the door get opened?
You just push it open. He says, obviously, he seems a little frustrated and lacking patience, and you just push it open.
Yes, we're going. Okay, I'll try and push open, but I must tell you, I look at door, I see no door, so...
He says, we have to hurry. Eva's asleep. She won't wake up. She's on the second floor.
Second floor, okay. Is there many undead in between? Because we're moving. Do you want us to just abandon stealth and just run and kill as we go?
Yes, you should. You should hurry.
Okay, all right. Well, and then I switch back to common. Bird says we should just run in her owner. This is the familiar, by the way. Ava, the one who sent the message. She is on second floor. Apparently she asleep. I do not know if this means unconscious or dead. Could be a coin flip on that one. But Bird wants us to just run up to the path there and says there is door, even though I see no door. And what do you all think? Should we continue stealth and just make our way in slowly, or should we rush in and valiantly save?
You gonna listen to what a strange bird tells you?
Not usually. Not usually.
I mean, if she is up top, shouldn't we go through window?
He said, well, actually, I don't know. I turned towards the bird. Are you a boy bird or girl bird?
What does that matter?
The bird kind of looks at you weird. Says, hurry up.
We are moving as we are talking. We are moving and talking. We're doing a little movie walk and talk. I'm asking for your proper pronouns. I don't know what to refer to you as.
The bird says, so I guess you can call me them.
Okay. They say they are on second floor, not at top, but maybe in middle. So let's just go. I mean, I don't really want to give up stealth, but Bird is very insistent that Ava is asleep, whatever that means.
Well, bird is not the boss of me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we deal with the ghouls.
Okay, so I look at the bird. We're going to kill ghouls in front of door, and then we are going to go into door. Okay? I'm sorry, but we're not just going to run in and get attacked from behind, because you have to protect yourself if you're going to help anyone else. Everybody knows this. I'm sure you know this, bird. Your parents teach you this, just like mine did. So, one step at a time, but we are moving. We're going in, okay? If you have any more information to give, please let me know. We only have, he looks at a non-existent wristwatch on his wrist. We have like 8 more minutes of this. So if you have any more information, if you want to do some scouting, let me know. Otherwise, we're going to go kill ghouls. And then you're going to show me door. Hell yeah, let's do it.
This is what you see. You're able to stealth up to this bush/tree. You have successfully evaded the lookout, who is at the top of the tower. And you are seeing these 2 ghouls sitting in front of this. You see this trail here that leads up and almost ends at the door where there doesn't appear to be any kind of opening, as it were.
All right, the bird says there is door here, even though we cannot see door, but let's kill ghouls. Did the lookout that we saw have like a ranged weapon?
Could not tell.
Be careful, lookout, but otherwise, let's get to business. And he unhooks his axe. Any final preparations?
Up to you. Go ahead and pop open a combat sheet and roll some initiative. Or on your picture, there's a little thing too. You can also click.
I rolled the same exact initiative as last time. Nice. Good roll.
Nice. Eladan is first to act.
I will draw my bow and attack the ghoul closest.
Will it be an advantage, DM, considering we are stealthed? I don't know how that works out.
They did not see you, so you can take your first shot with advantage.
Cool.
If you were
Very
going
cool.
to shoot at it.
I'm gonna bonus action. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on the creature,
nice.
and then I'm going to attack. Did we say advantage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, better.
Let me see. We can see that indeed hit.
Oh, nice.
Okay, add a dreadful strike, and the Hunter's Mark, it's a d6. So it's 9, 2, 4, so 11, 15.
15. Severely wounding the creature, leaving it near death, but it is still alive.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay.
All right. I will go ahead and creep up a bit. Feel like it knows that we're here now, so probably taking this as a straight roll. But we'll throw some fire at it. Target. Attack.
A 13 still hits.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Just enough.
Ooh,
6 fire damage.
nice.
And that creature is immolated.
And then just for funsies, I'll go ahead and back up. And then end my turn.
Ivor's gonna move, and then ready an attack if something gets within range.
Creature quickly moves up towards you. Your attack goes off as it moves into range.
All right, let's do it. That hits for 10 points of damage.
10
And
points.
that is my reaction.
All right. The creature will attempt to reach out its fury as it comes forward. Teeth, claws from its hands and its feet. As it moves towards you, it will attack. It first will attempt to bite you.
Gross.
Oops. That's damage. Oh, there we go. That is a 10 to hit. That misses.
Oh, that's a miss. Yes, sir.
And that is also a miss. As it bites towards your face, you move back. Do you have a shield?
No, just two-handed.
And it moves back. It tries to bite your face, but you're much too tall, and you smell this just rank breath filled with decay. You probably don't want to get bitten by this creature.
I'm going to start off with moving into range. I have an extra 5 feet of range, so 15 foot of range on my scimitar. We'll just go there.
Oh, right.
And 11 just misses.
Oof.
I will bonus action double-bladed scimitar.
That a 24 certainly hits.
Nice.
4 damage.
The creature is badly injured, but still standing.
That'll end my turn.
Eladan,
Bonus action, I'll move Hunter's Mark onto the creature.
an 18 certainly hits for 9 damage. And as
Plus-
quickly as you moved into
Nice.
range, you have defeated the exterior guardians. And you find yourself outside of this tower. There is certainly a door there. It just looks really well made, and it's almost flush almost flush to the tower. You can see now that you've gotten closer, there is a seam, but the
So
bird
tight,
is just
yeah.
sitting right in front of it, like, hey man, open the door.
All right, everyone ready? Anybody need to do any prep? Yeah, we just all.
Oh no.
Okay, Ivar pushes the door open. This is definitely dwarven make because the seam you can barely see it. Good for keeping dust and dirt out. They make some gifts sometimes where the metal it is cut so perfectly when you put the two pieces together the seams disappear. Luckily it's not so bad here or so good.
Start taking notes in my journal about it.
And what you see is you push through the door. A musty odor assaults your senses, almost causing you to gag. The air is thick and oppressive, like it hasn't been refreshed in years. Cramped space is filled to the brim with animals packed so tightly, it's a wonder they can even move. The mules and horses jostle and sift, their eyes flicking back and forth in the dim light as if sensing your presence. There is a black horse with a white blaze mark on its face and a cropped ear that stands out amongst the rest. Its eyes lock onto you with a strange intensity. The sheer number of animals in this small space makes it all very hot and almost unbearable. You wonder how they're still living. At the far end of the chamber, opposite the door, you see a ramshackle chicken coop. There's one hen left inside that coop. It looks feathers are matted and missing in places, and the ground around is littered with loose feathers, giving the impression that something violent had happened here. To the right of the chicken coop lies a round grill-covered hole in the floor. The metal grate is rusted and stained with something that looks like dried blood. The hole seems to go down deep into the earth, and a chill runs down your spine at the thought of what could be lurking in the darkness below. The oppressive atmosphere in this cramped space feels like it's closing in on you. You can't help but feel like you're being watched by something sinister.